coming into school, I didn't know a lot about all the modalities like botanical medicine and homeopathy, and just being able to really learn from these amazing professors that we had and for them to share our passion. It's hard to pick one. I really think all of them kind of helped grow me into the physician I'm going to be.
The people that we go to school with are just beyond phenomenal. They're so helpful and kind and friendly, and we just all have been so supportive of one another, and we've had so much fun along the way.
Absolutely. My favorite part of SCNM has definitely been the school spirit. I like that small feeling of helping each other out, and we totally do that. We're all a big family.
I think what I remember and what I got from SCNM was just the sense of community that they really make sure that everyone is involved in. You know, it's a different feeling when you go, you have this sense of community and family within your class, and just everybody else around you too within other classes. I think that was pretty unique and one of the facts that really got me into committing to SCNM.
Standing as you are able for the singing of our national anthem by class of spring 2022 student Ruth Santiago.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, family and friends. Oh, please. Have a seat. It'll be a while. Welcome, family and friends, faculty and staff, honored guests, and of course, graduation candidates. Welcome to the Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine's 40th commencement ceremony. We are pleased that you were able to join us this morning to celebrate the culmination of the class of Spring 2015's journey through medical school. As the Dean of Students, it's my honor to guide these candidates through this very last step to becoming our newest graduates of SCNM. Their journey started back in the fall of 2015 or so. A class of 43 very unique individuals brought together by their unique love of oversized pencils and the slaying of exams. Moreover, held together by their cohesiveness and support for each other. Their attitude is no classmate left behind, and they realize this attitude by enriching each other as classmates and as family. And while they consider themselves blessed to have spent this time together, they look forward to inspiring others as they venture into the world as the best naturopathic doctors possible. We look forward to what you will achieve in the future. So without further delay, let us start our celebration with an invocation from the Department Chair of Basic Sciences and Professor of Biochemistry, Dr. Yasmin Hilmi. Dr. Hilmi was born and raised in Sudan. She received her doctorate degree at Michigan State University, where she focused on the mechanism and regulation of energy transduction in mitochondria and bacteria, among her many other research pursuits. Additionally, she has researched the cytotoxicity, antioxidant activity, enzymatic inhibition, and elemental composition of medicinal plants used in traditional Sudanese medicine, especially in the treatment of diabetes and cancer. She taught biochemistry, genetics, and molecular biology at Khartoum University of Medical Science for 12 years before coming to SCNM, and has been the department chair of the Basic Sciences Department for over 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium for today's invocation, Dr. Yasmin Hilmi.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Peace upon you. Congratulations, you made it. You did it through hard work, discipline, sleepless nights, and missed hours of fun. You have graduated. May Allah bless you and grant you success. But before you celebrate, please let me ask you, how will you use it? Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, once said that Allah will ask a person 4 things on the day of judgment: their life and how they spend it, their youth and how they used it, their wealth and how they acquired and spent it, and their knowledge and how they used it. Let me focus on the last part of this hadith, knowledge. This knowledge is a gift from Allah. It's a trust from Him. This, dear graduates, is something I hope you will remember as you celebrate. With knowledge will always come responsibility. I have no doubt you can fulfill it, because Allah never give us a burden we cannot bear. Start thinking and planning today about how you will answer that question, how you will use it. Oh Allah, help us to use our knowledge to spread goodness, peace, and justice for our people and all of humanity. We pray for our graduates today to lift them before you, and with this new chapter they are beginning, we ask for your hand to be upon all of them. Help them to stay true to their dreams, to use their gift wisely, and to walk into the future with faith, hope, and great love. Dear graduates, at this significant stage in your lives, you are experiencing the transition from being a student through to a professional who will soon be working in the real world. I pray Allah Ta'ala fills your working lives with blessings. May Allah's blessings follow all as you find new journeys to travel. May you walk safely along the pathways of your dreams, your big dreams. And always remember, for some people, sky is the limit. For others, it's just a beginning. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Hilmi. It's my pleasure to introduce the Dean of Academic Affairs, Dr. Garrett Thompson. After completing his bachelor's degree in biology at Reed College in Portland, Oregon, Dr. Thompson went on to earn a doctorate in biochemistry from Loma Linda University. He also graduated with a doctorate of chiropractic degree from the Southern California University of Health Sciences and is a licensed chiropractor. Dr. Thompson serves the community and healthcare professions by volunteering to serve on the board of directors of the American Holistic Health Association. He is also a member of the Academic Collaborative for Integrative Health and the Council on Naturopathic Medical Education. Please welcome to the podium, Dr. Garrett Thompson.
Good morning. So I have the honor and the privilege of presenting the student awards. Each commencement, SCNM awards the Daphne Bladen Outstanding Student Award to a graduating senior. This award was developed in memory of and to honor Daphne Bladen, a naturopathic medical student who began SCNM's ND program in September of 1993. Daphne passed away in December of 1994. The person presented with this award exudes academic excellence, compassion, perseverance, a loving sense of humor, and a positive, supportive outlook. The recipient of this award is Emmeline Duong. The Outstanding Leadership Award is given to a graduating senior who has demonstrated the ability to lead, a willingness to listen to others, and has true humanitarian character. This person provides support to the college community and a commitment to advancing the naturopathic profession as a whole. The recipient of this award is Chelsea Rudwitz. And as Dean of Academic Affairs, these are my favorite awards, the academic awards. So first, we'd like to recognize the members of the graduating class who have earned the honors designation by attaining a minimum of a 3.8 GPA. These are represented by the gold cords that they're wearing around their neck. Those of you wearing those cords, would you please stand? In addition to the honors designation, SCNM grants 2 levels of academic awards, the high and the highest. The high award goes to the student who has earned the second highest GPA. The highest award goes to the student who's earned the highest GPA of the graduating class. The award for high academic achievement goes to Sydney Schroff. And the highest award for highest academic achievement goes to Carly Dugan. During the senior luncheon that was held on campus earlier this week, our graduates announced faculty and staff award winners. The recipients of these awards for the faculty are Dr. Diane Grice, Professor of Naturopathic Medicine. Is she here? And for staff, it was Dr. Dustin Sowards, who is our clinical coordinator. Thank you.
Congratulations to all our award recipients and outstanding honors students. At this time, I'd like to introduce the president and CEO of SCNM, Dr. Paul Mittman. Dr. Mittman holds a Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine degree from National College of Naturopathic Medicine and a Doctor of Higher Education Management from the University of Pennsylvania. He practiced naturopathic medicine for 25 years, 12 years in private practice, and 13 years after joining SCNM. His 1990 study on the use of Urtica dioica in the treatment of allergic rhinitis was the first randomized controlled trial on a botanical medicine published in a peer-reviewed journal, the Planta Medica. Dr. Mittman received the American Association of Naturopathic Professions President's Award in 1990, was the Arizona Naturopathic Medical Association Physician of the Year in 2000, and the AAMP's Physician of the Year in 2007. Dr. Mittman leads by example, following a healthy diet and racing as a Category 4 bicyclist. He practices what he preaches and believes wholeheartedly in the healing power of nature. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Paul Mittman.
Thank you. For starters, can I ask all of the people who these guys are indebted to, the people who love you, your parents, your siblings, spouses, partners, children, and friends who are here to celebrate with us, please stand up so that we can acknowledge you. So everywhere I go, I run into your fellow alums. Yesterday, I was at Mission of Mercy. The executive director there invited me for a tour, and it was kind of their fundraising tour, so I thought, well, I could take some notes and learn about it. And I don't know how many of you have been to Mission of Mercy. It's one of our community clinic sites where students can go and do work in medically underserved communities. They have 7 mobile medical clinics that pretty much rotate from across 7 churches across the valley. And it was very interesting, and I think you'll appreciate this, that I was there there was a medical doctor, a nurse, another nurse, and a physician's assistant who were all there to volunteer, to learn more about Mission of Mercy, to find out about opportunities to volunteer. And when they introduced us to the medical director who was going to give us a tour and the 2 staff doctors who were working there, they all happened to be naturopathic physicians, and they all happened to be alums from SCNM. And I thought that it was really cool from when we were introducing ourselves for me to say, yeah, I'm president of Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine. And when Dr. Smith, Brad Smith is the medical director there, he remembered something that I completely forgot about, that when we worked together when I was a faculty member at the college, when I first got here, that he said that we would start each clinic rotation with some kind of short, non-denominational prayer or meditation that someone in the group, one of the students or perhaps a resident, would lead us in. And that was something that they do at Mission of Mercy. And so I thought that that was it's very interesting. Over the course of your careers, you will touch people's lives that will have a big impact on other people's lives, and it's really just you doing your job in the course of your daily activities. There's a theorem in plane geometry, goes back over 2,000 years ago, that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And this, of course, applies only to planes or to flat surfaces, which would be appropriate back then when the Earth was thought to be flat. In our 3-dimensional world, the shortest distance between 2 points rarely follows a straight line. So you can map out your trip across the country on a map, and you could draw a straight line, but if you drove it, it would be anything but a straight line. And if you flew, you'd fly across an arc following the contours of the Earth. Life, now that's another story altogether. A trail guide to my 38 years in the field of naturopathic medicine would include probably a few pages of some straight lines, straight trails, but most of the maps would have switchbacks, ascending some great heights, a couple of drop-offs, plenty of 180-degree turnarounds after finding that I'd hike into some dead ends, plenty of detours around what appeared to be insurmountable or dangerous obstacles, and plenty of time stuck in one place waiting for the rain or snow to end. The shortest distance between 2 points in my life has almost never been a straight line, and that's okay. There are professions that have a more prescribed course. Even in the health professions, I believe that for medical doctors, for nurses, for physicians' assistants, there are more prescribed paths to follow. Several years ago, I was having a conversation with a very prominent woman in the field who's a nurse, and she was talking about how in the hospital there are lanes and everybody has to stay in your lane, whether you're a nurse, a dietitian, a physician, whatever. And I was sitting there having this conversation with her, not even knowing that we had lanes. I thought that we were all on the same road together and that we were all working together, but the idea of having these very specifically prescribed roles and tasks that a person may have to follow for years or perhaps decades was kind of a little bit unknown to me. Having lanes is secure. Not having lanes is kind of liberating, but it's also a little bit, perhaps for some of you, a little bit anxiety producing. And I want to tell you that being part of this career and having this freedom is something that I've loved because I always knew that the journey was worth it. I knew that my purpose in life was to help people heal. And so that's why I signed up for naturopathic medicine. That's why I practiced, conducted and published research to try and find new treatments, produced the first major national convention to advance our profession, edited journals to help establish our profession's literature base, and I taught students like you who would in turn go and help thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of patients. And today, I have the privilege of serving as president of our school, probably for all of these reasons. My career has never been a straight line, and yours may not be either. And it's okay, because along the way, you will experience all kinds of wondrous encounters and heartfelt experiences that you'd be hard-pressed to find in any other profession. On the other hand, if you have this freedom, you also have the responsibility to chart a course. And it's very important to have some kind of guide, your North Star, something that is your true north that can guide you along this way. And it's not relative and it's not circumstantial. And having something like that will render the decisions that you're going to make a lot easier. And so probably you've already brought something like that with you. You probably arrived at medical school with these kind of values, whether from your parents or grandparents, other people who loved you, perhaps through your faith. I was fortunate to have parents who instilled in me the fundamentals of showing respect to others, seeing the humanity in each person, being generous, and doing my best. And then, about 29 years ago, I learned the four-way test. How many people know the four-way test? Good. So I joined a Rotary Club, and this was kind of a source of some amusement with my wife, because Rotary, well, probably even more so today, is kind of an older generation thing. But at the time, it just became co-ed, and it was very regimented. We did the national anthem, we did the Pledge of Allegiance every day, and then every meeting that we had a Rotary meeting, we would recite the four-way test, which my wife thought was kind of hilarious. And we would have to stand up, and it would go, the president of the club would say, please stand to recite the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. And I'll try not to look at the paper here, because I think it got drummed into me so that I actually never forgot it. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and friendship? Will be beneficial to all concerned. As it turns out, over the years, rarely does a week go by where Laura won't say to me, well, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will build goodwill and friendship? Will be beneficial to all concerned. So think about that in terms of the context of being a physician. Is it the truth? Is it the diagnosis that you truly believe is the root cause of a person's ailment? Are you treating the whole person? Is the treatment that you are proposing, do you fully understand it? Not just in your head, but in your heart? Do you understand the evidence base behind it so that you're comfortable with it? Is it fair to all concerned? This was something I learned early on. Are you charging a fair price for your patients? Are you charging a fair price that values you to benefit your family and the people who you are responsible for? Will build goodwill and better friendships. Do you refer to other colleagues, whether in the naturopathic profession or among our allopathic or osteopathic, chiropractic, or other colleagues for the benefit not just of the patient, but to establish goodwill and better friendships? And will be beneficial to all concerned, to your profession, to your community. If you follow these guiding principles, whether it be the four-way test, your naturopathic principles, which are part of the oath a little bit later on, the therapeutic order, your faith, golden rule, whatever it is that was instilled in you, follow these principles and you'll have the foresight and the energy to climb great heights. You'll have the emotional reserve to weather stormy times and the resilience and the wisdom to find your way through the most challenging terrain, whether or not you choose to stay in your lane. Congratulations, and God bless.
Thank you, Dr. Mittman, for your words of wisdom. Now I'd like to introduce a representative from the Board of Trustees who will present the diplomas to our graduates today, Dr. Deb Smolinski. Dr. Smolinski graduated from SCNM in 1997 and completed a 2-year residency focused on women's health, after which she created and developed the Women's Integrative Medicine Department at SCNM. In 2005, Dr. Smolinski received SCNM's Legacy Award for her outstanding contributions to the college, specifically in the area of women's medicine. In 2014, Dr. Smolinski was also awarded the Community Service Award for her contributions to the community through charitable and public service. Currently, Dr. Smolinski is in private practice, is chair of the Board of Trustees for SCNM, and speaks locally on health-related issues. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Deb Smolinski.
Good morning. I am honored to be here with you this morning as both an alumnus and as the chair of the board for SCNM. This is such a special day, a day to celebrate yourself, a day to reflect upon all that aligned to get you to this moment right here and right now. You have worked hard. You have learned from the best. You have built an incredible foundation of knowledge within yourself to care for the health of others. Before you take the next steps, literally across this stage and into your career, I would ask that you take this moment in right now. Take in this ceremony, this rite of passage that clearly delineates a before and an after in your life. Be certain to take just a moment to reflect on the lifelong friendships that you have created and the friends and family that supported you through it. SCNM will forever represent a genesis for you, as it has for so many before you, and it will for so many after you. Know that SCNM represents a place that exudes a tremendous amount of pride for each and every graduate, and will remain a community available to you for support and camaraderie forever. The opportunities that await you are abundant. We look forward to many years of continued celebration as each of you achieve your life's work, passion, and dreams. You worked hard, and today is your day. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we are so very proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Smolinski. It is my honor to introduce the class speakers for today's ceremony, Mr. Eric Nelson and Mr. David Gallegos. Eric and David were chosen to represent the class because of their many roles they embody for their classmates. They are mentor and motivator, prankster and professor, friend and family, and they do it all with lots of humor and exuberant joy. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present today's class of Spring 2019 speakers, Mr. Eric Nelson and Mr. David Gallegos.
Guess who's back again? Well, thank you everyone for coming and welcome. Thank you for taking the time to celebrate one of the most important events in our lives. As one of our classmates, Emmeline, would say, what a life! Over the past 4 to 5 years, we have successfully completed the equivalent of 3 bachelor's degrees worth of material, passed literally hundreds of tests, quizzes, and practical exams. We have sharpened our skills, focused our intentions, and witnessed firsthand the power of naturopathic medicine in our own lives and into our future careers. In order to celebrate the last 4 years and to describe how we transformed from dozens of individuals on personal quest into a family of slayers, banding together to make it through this thing with our 2 front teeth intact, we had to come up with a theme, something that could describe how challenging this program was, and how we would not be able to make it through without the constant support, collaboration, and encouragement from our classmates. Now, there were no shortage of ideas here, but of course, the best one ended up coming from Dr. Nick. To provide some context here, during our 1st and 4th years, it is required from every student to write the infamous commitment paper. Now, this is an assignment that gave us the opportunity to research the meaning of the 6 naturopathic principles and how we planned on implementing them into our lives and our future careers. Now, as first-year students, most of us went above and beyond writing this assignment. You start early writing this thing, right? You make sure your sentences are clear and they make sense, and that your vocabulary is pristine. You cover every little aspect of the outline in order to get the full points. Now, these papers were amazing, but as a 4th year, that's a different story. You would think that we would have some wise anecdotes to add, some fascinating stories and reinterpretation to share, but no. We were all so tired, burnt out, and sleep deprived that a 6th grade student could have probably done a better job than us. So this speech is our chance at redemption, or reinterpretation of the 6 naturopathic principles and how our class embodies them, and we hope to make Dr. Nick proud. So principle number 1, primum non nocere, which means first do no harm. Now, this is easier said than done. As part of the curriculum, we are required to learn how to perform injections, blood draw, and insert IV catheters in what is lovingly known as the stab lab. Well, let me tell you, walking into something that is called the stab lab is already stressful enough. What's worse is when you get paired up with someone who's deathly afraid of needles, someone who has the dreaded shakes, or someone who hid their veins in the other room like our other classmate, Kyla. But even if you had the perfect partner, first do no harm was pretty hard to keep, as you would stab someone 1, 2, 3, 4 times because their veins rolled, your angle was too steep, or you just completely blacked out mid-procedure. So once you finally got the vein, then we faced the scariest situation. What the heck do I do now? Blood starting to come in through the catheter as you try to occlude that vein super hard and it's not working. Nurse K's behind your shoulder screaming at you to occlude the damn vein. You go to reach for the IV catheter and the cap's still on. Help me! But after you apologize to your friend for making them anemic and worsening their fatigue, you grab them up and you clean up your mess. Now, this scenario of practicing what not to do with our classmates as our guinea pigs taught us a valuable lesson in how to do no harm for our future patients.
We got 6 of these bad boys, so just hold on. So principle number 2 is called docere, doctor as teacher. And so for those of you in the audience who have had the pleasure of working one-on-one with a naturopathic physician, you know that one of the largest differentiators between working with an ND and working with basically any other medical professional is the time that we take with you, and ultimately the education that we provide to you at each visit. So in order to be effective teachers and doctors, we needed to learn how to communicate and to listen. So when Terry stood up, classmate Terry, stood up and walked to the front of the classroom during an exam to ask a question, which happened at least once every single exam, The rest of us learned to listen. We watched and learned how to gracefully communicate to our professors when we disagreed with their test questions or answers, how to respectfully inform them that this question should be thrown out because this disease would never present this way in real life. But for real, we are beyond grateful to all of our mentors, professors, and for Terry, of course, for teaching us how to be inclusive, genuine, and intentional with ourselves, one another, and our future patients.
Principle number 3, totally cause them, or treat the root cause. In our search for the cause of disease, we develop what is commonly known as the medical student syndrome. And it goes something like this. You learn the disease, you learn several of the suspected causes of the disease, then you realize that we have at least 8 of these root causes, and therefore we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we have the disease. So we rush ahead in the PowerPoints, try to figure out how to treat ourselves, and then we log on to Natural Partners, you add another 17 supplements to your shopping cart that you might not even need, then you plan a trip to Sedona and hope the famous Vortex can help you out. Then you cancel all your weekend plans to catch up on sleep and swear off alcohol for the next 30 days. All in the name of treating the root cause of a disease that we just learned about.
Principle number 4, toli totem, which means treat the whole person. Now this principle is about opening our eyes to the entirety of what makes a person healthy or ill. We started out learning the minutia, going subterranean, as Terry would say. So we memorized the fine details of medical genetics and mitochondrial biogenesis, diving headfirst into rabbit holes that took months to crawl back out of. And as we progressed through the program, almost imperceptibly, our mental focus and lens that we viewed health and disease widened. We essentially evolved from being blind researchers, studying the hair on the gluteus maximus of an elephant, to clinicians who treated the whole entire body, mind, and spirit of that darn elephant.
Principle number 5. Vis medicatrix naturae, which means the healing power of nature. Now, as you can tell, this took me a while to really be able to pronounce this principle, let alone explain it to you. But for whatever reason, Eric and I couldn't really think of anything of this principle. We kept banging our heads against the wall, trying to come up with something witty or sweet. So after a few days of bruising our frontal bones, we decided to give it a rest. Go for a walk in nature and look for inspiration. So 1 week later, after we came back to rewrite this section, our heads had healed, the bruises were gone, and we realized, shoot, that's a viz at work. So we may not always be smart, but our bodies sure are.
And the last one, principle number 6, prevenir, which is prevention. Prevention is key. Now this principle is near and dear to my heart and to all of our hearts. It is about having the foresight and wherewithal to understand the potential future consequences of the actions that you take today. So in the clinic, prevention is all about empowering your patients with the knowledge and tools that they may need to regain or maintain their health for the long haul. In the classroom, it was honestly more about preventing ourselves from working too hard. So we shared notes to, prevent classmates from feeling like they needed to come to class or come to lecture or come to lab. We shared insights and study tips for online quizzes that would help lower test anxiety. We prevented fatigue and burnout by throwing social gatherings, and reminded one another to not take ourselves so seriously. So those are the principles. We came to this school as individuals with a shared interest in medicine and in health, all bound by our thirst for knowledge and tools that we can use to help serve the world. And so today, we officially are leaving this school, not only as exceedingly good-looking individuals who are more knowledgeable and empathetic than the day we started, but rather we are leaving this program as brothers and sisters, as family. This family that we lovingly call the Slayers, this graduating class, is nothing short of incredible. We supported one another in and out of the program. We cheered our classmates' personal accomplishments and stood up for one another. We picked up the slack for classmates who had to fly across the continent to see a parent or a grandparent before they passed away. We listened to, embraced, and held space for them when they came back. We made sure that no one felt isolated or alone. We became thick as thieves, family by choice. So I want to take a moment to encourage each classmate to look around the room and make eye contact with somebody that you know you would not have made it through this program without. Regardless of where you go after you leave this auditorium today, this family has your back. Right, so now, instead of ending this speech on an overly serious note, we decided to finish this thing off with a lighthearted plea to our classmates. And this plea is to go out and celebrate, to actually celebrate this accomplishment. Our class may be amazing, but we have a tendency to celebrate like we just passed a high-quality bowel movement. Yeah, with a little bit of relief, right? Relief that we passed a milestone exam. Relief that we made it through 14 exams in 7 days. Relief that we never have to do another discussion board post in our lives. So don't get me wrong, relief feels pretty good, but we just graduated freaking medical school, so we gotta celebrate this the right way. No more relief parties, no thinking about the next thing, not even boards. Take a few days to truly experience this accomplishment. Be emotional, be elated, be unapologetically proud of yourselves, and let your loved ones celebrate you for once. You did it, we did it. Congratulations, Slayers.
I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker for today, Dr. McCarthy. Dr. McCarthy graduated from SCNM in 2006, and that same year founded Protea Medical Center. In his role as Chief Medical Officer, Protea has grown and evolved into a dynamic health facility servicing the entire Phoenix Valley and Central Arizona. Dr. McCarthy is internationally recognized as an expert in hormone replacement therapy. He has lectured physicians and pharmacists on topics such as weight loss, infertility, hormone replacement, and nutritional therapy. Please join me in welcoming our guest and speaker, Dr. Brendan McCarthy.
Hi. Got my speech. Kind of excited to be here. I've been looking forward to this. Today I'm here as your peer. I'm here as an ambassador of your future. I'm here as your friend. I thought a lot about what I was going to say and what I was going to share. It's easy to stand up in a place like this and say things like how awesome everything is and how awesome everything's going to be. I could talk about success in abstract ways. I could talk about what I've gone through, my challenges. But this is not about me. This is about you. And it's about them, the people here with you today. My goal in this moment is to be of service to you, to set myself aside and give you something useful. I have 2 pieces of advice for you today, things that I wish I knew when I sat where you're sitting right now. But first, let me congratulate you and welcome you to this unique moment in your lives. Becoming a doctor, a naturopath, brings about a life change that is unique to our calling. During this ceremony, you will assume the mantle of physician, and with that, you will no longer be a normal member of society. Yeah, it's true. On an airplane, you're going to give someone CPR. You're going to deliver a baby. You're going to pull over in an accident and render first aid. Your hairdresser is going to start asking you why she has migraines. Yeah, it's true. You go to a parent-teacher conference, and the teacher will confide in you that they have cancer. You'll go to the mailbox, your neighbor tells you that she can't get pregnant. You're no longer an anonymous citizen. It's gone. Sorry. Yeah, once you take this oath and you accept this title, your place in society is forever changed. Forever. It doesn't stop. You'll retire, but people will still ask you questions. They will seek you out. And at first it's exciting, and I know, and I remember being where you are right now. It's so exciting. You want that. You want people to look to you. You want that moment. I know it, and it's a beautiful thing. You want to help as many people as you can. The profound joy that comes from healing people, from changing people's lives, makes all the sacrifice you've gone through worth it. That moment of elation that you experience when you find the cause, when you effect the cure, that moment is a precious gift that we are given for the services that we render. And this is really important. This is why you are here. A carpenter finds joy in what they build. A chef, they find joy in what they create, what they prepare. We find it in that exquisite feeling that comes when we change a life for the better. And you know that feeling. You've been in clinic long enough. You've seen it. You know. I know you do. I remember. It's a sacred thing. It's a selfless thing. It's a holy experience. And I can assure you that in time, it just grows. It grows. It gets more magnificent. And I'm humbled by it. I truly am. But I'm wandering. I still have to give you advice, don't I? I do. With all good things, there is a price to be paid. And for something like this, the price is going to be steep. And I don't mean what you spent to be in school. It's a lot of money. I'm going to tell you something, and you're not going to believe me, but I hope one day you feel the same way I do. If I was told, if they went to my office tomorrow or Monday, and they told me I had to go back for another 4 years and spend twice as much, I would. No doubt. I know you think I'm insane. I know. I'm not. I promise you, I am not insane. I would do it. It's been that good to me. I love what I do that much. So it's not the price. Is it the lost hours that you spent studying, missing out on normal life, sitting in libraries, not eating normal, not drinking normal? I know, man, I know. I know what you gave up. No, it's not that. Because I still study. I study now more than I did when I was a student. I love it. And I have a normal life too. You will find a balance with this, I promise you. So it's not the money, it's not the lost time. That's not the price you're going to be paying. The price you pay is loneliness and isolation. Yeah, seriously. You thought I was going to be here giving you a glitter and hope and no. I just want to tell you the truth. You're around people all the time. Every day you're going to be around people. I'm around people constantly. Here's my first piece of advice. It is profoundly lonely sometimes being who we are. People over time begin to perceive us through the lens of their need. They can't be blamed for this. Please know and trust me. The world desperately needs what we do. People who are in need will see you as the persona you have become rather than the human you are. And as I said, at first it's going to be okay. You're new to this. You're excited. This is awesome. You have plenty of energy. It's going to be great. People call you doctor. They look to you for advice, and you will feel that elation. But there's a point when you're practicing something I call maximum medicine. Dramatic pause. Maximum medicine is I used that line at home once. My wife said, why aren't you doing you gotta fold your laundry. You gotta clean up. It's like, I'm practicing maximum medicine right now. And it didn't work. It didn't work. Don't do that. Maximum medicine, as I call it, is when your brain is regularly engaged in cases and you're managing the care of a full practice. The persona of physician is working overtime all the time. And like a professional athlete, sooner or later, you're going to break down. You can't keep running that engine. You can't keep being the persona. But the world doesn't always make it easy to set it down. People are desperate for what we do. And they will seek out your persona. And it can be at a dinner party where someone sitting next to you starts to ask you about her hair that's falling out. I know. It could be at a restaurant where all these examples I'm giving you have happened to me. You could be in a restaurant and someone wants to show you a rash, and they're not sitting at your table. They know you're a doctor. They find out and they want to ask you that question. There's my rash. So I'll show it to you. And then the other one is you don't have anonymity. You go to the supermarket and a patient sees you, and they see your basket. They want to see what you're getting because they want to figure out what you're doing. And your basket has ice cream, wine, potato chips. You're having that day. And you resent that moment where you don't have that anonymity. Yeah. It could be lonely when all of your interactions with the world is centered on their need for your persona and what service you can give to the person in front of you. Sometimes you just want to talk about a flower you saw. Seriously, it's true. I know. It gets to be like the most mundane, interesting things. You want to talk about a book you read. You want to talk about something you want to watch on TV. You don't want to talk about anything other than being a doctor or curing the person. Because you want to be a person too. It's easy now because you're not saturated with patients yet. But over time, the world seems to squeeze out the person in its quest for your persona. Your families are here. And this is the part of this that I love the most. I've come to a lot of graduations. I have seen so many of my patients, my friends, people I know have gone through this program. And it's always humbling to see the families that are here. Always. Your parents, your siblings, your children, your spouses, your friends, everybody that's here for you, these are your people. They know you. They know you, the real person. We cannot legally practice medicine on families. We can't. And I thought it was because we get too emotionally attached. And that's true, we do. So don't practice medicine on your family. But there's another reason, a more beautiful one. The relationship that we have to our loved ones needs to remain pure. It's meant to be an oasis from the persona the world is going to try to force you to become all of the time. Here in the arms of these people, your people, you can be you. You can buy ice cream, wine, chips. And they're not going to judge you as the doctor. They're going to be like, why are you buying junk food, you know? I want you to remember my advice when you're burned out. When you resent the cases that you once found joy in, and when you get angry at someone who's asking medical advice when you're getting lunch. When the world requires the persona too much and is not welcoming the inner person. When this happens, you find the people here. This thing we do, this practice, this art we practice, rather, is a blessing to the world. It is a blessing to us as well. Being a naturopath changed me in ways I could not have imagined being possible. I had no idea. And it still changes and pushes and evolves me. I'm a better man than I could have been. I'm a better doctor, a better father, a better husband. I'm a better mentor to the physicians that work for me. But there would be no change in me if I did not practice this. And this is my second piece of advice. Practice the art of medicine regularly, daily. If you're not seeing patients, read things. Think about things. Not all the time, but do it often. It's hard at first to build your practice and grow, and I know this. I know. I remember being petrified about bills, wondering if I would be able to put food on my table. I remember putting flyers, not just on cars in the mall, but I put like flyers on my neighbors' houses. It was December, and I didn't have enough money for Christmas. The struggle is real. But so is the success. I promise you that. It is. if you practice medicine regularly and you never quit, you will develop your skills, you will find your patients, you will witness miracles. Never quit. Never set this aside. Even when it's dark, when it's uninspiring, and you're angry, do not quit. The obstacles you will meet are there to challenge you and help you to evolve. And I know that sounds trite because those obstacles are terrifying sometimes. I know. But for the sake of that school teacher with cancer, for the sake of that woman who can't have a baby, for the countless patients you are here to heal and to cure, don't you dare quit. You're no longer a normal person. Sorry, it's done. When you take this mantle of naturopath here, you are here to heal the sick, to be an agent of change, a force of nature, and we don't quit. Once you accept this mantle and swear this oath, your life will never be the same. Your people are here bearing witness to this moment, your professors, your classmates, your new peer. Remember the love of this moment because it'll be with you forever. I wish you all the success in your practices, and may you feel this elation every day, or the elation of when you cure your patients every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. McCarthy. Your hard work, altruism, and dedication to the medical community inspire us all to greater achievements. At this time, please welcome back to the podium Dr. Mittman, who will confer the degree on today's graduates.
Please stand. By the authority vested in me by the faculty and the Board of Trustees of Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine and Health Sciences, and by the state of Arizona, I hereby confer on you the degree Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine, with all its rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
Now I invite our newest graduates to come forward as I read your name to receive the recognition of your new status. Dr. Daisy Mariette Anglo. Dr. Terry Bagnasco. Dr. Valbona Bairomi. Dr. Bronwyn Elizabeth Carlbloom. Dr. Shannon Kelly Kavanaugh. Dr. Andrew Jacob Chambers. Dr. Amy Donani Patel. Dr. Dara Corinne Denzer. With honors, Dr. Carly Marie Dugan. Dr. Emmeline Min Thian Duong. Dr. Bobby Sue Farrow. With honors, Dr. Katarina Falk. Dr. David Gallegos. Dr. Roxana Garcia. Dr. Joanne Marie Angeli Alonso Gerstel. Dr. Carly Fontaine Golightly. Dr. Hutane Hutan. With honors, Dr. Chelsea Diane January. Dr. Sarah Limberg. Dr. Kimberly Erin Linneman. Dr. Kelly Nicole Lupo. Dr. Leora Raquel Moore. Dr. Neil Adam Morris. With honors, Dr. Jessica Sue Murdoch. Dr. Caitlin Renee Myers. With honors, Dr. Eric Nelson. Dr. Michaela Schwan Nelson. Dr. Amber Otelia Petersons. Dr. Stephanie Lynn Pisacano. Dr. Kashmir Jaya Ramit. With honors, Dr. Kyla Ranget. Dr. Jade Riley. Dr. Chelsea Elizabeth Rudvotes. Dr. Lacey Renee Royer. Dr. Rosa Elise Schooler. With honors, Dr. Sydney Sharaf. Dr. Ashley K. Schnook Downs. Dr. Kyle Miller Strom. Dr. Sasha Matthews Taylor. Dr. Nate Chudy. Dr. Danielle Leanne Vogler. Dr. Tasman Joy Wilhelm. Dr. Aria Young. Graduates, I ask you now all to please stand as I invite Dr. Mittman back to the podium to lead you in the naturopathic oath.
Okay, raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I dedicate myself to the service of humanity as a practitioner of the art and science of naturopathic medicine. I will honor my teachers and all who have preserved and developed this knowledge, and dedicate myself to supporting the growth and evolution of naturopathic medicine. I will endeavor to continually improve my abilities as a healer through study, reflection, and genuine concern for humanity. I will impart knowledge of the advanced healing arts to dedicated colleagues and students. Through precepts, lecture, and example, I will assist and encourage others to strengthen their health, reduce risk for disease, and preserve the health of our planet for ourselves, our families, and future generations. According to my best ability and judgment, I will use methods of treatment that follow the principles of naturopathic medicine. Primum non nocere. First of all, to do no harm. Vis medicatrix naturae. To act in cooperation with the healing power of nature. Tolle causam. To address the fundamental causes of disease. Tolle totem. To heal the whole person through individualized treatment. Docere. To teach the principles of healthy living. Prevenire. To practice prevention with patients and the public. I will conduct my life and my practice of naturopathic healthcare with vigilance, integrity, and freedom from prejudice. I will abstain from voluntary acts of injustice and corruption. I will keep confidential whatever I am privileged to witness, whether professionally or privately, that should not be divulged. With all my heart. Before this gathering of witnesses, as a doctor of naturopathic medicine, I pledge to remain true to this oath. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2019.